Chapter 3 External Morphology of Plants. Sometimes roots, stem and leaves are modified in such way that they cannot be identified. This chapter will deal with why they are so modified and how they can be identified. Lesson 1 Modification of main root. The main function of root is to entangle the tree with soil. Roots may be modified for performing special function. Now, modification for food storage will be discussed. We are familiar with radish, carrot and turnip and take them as food. Are they root or stems? Look for a while now whether they bear nodes or internodes. Do they have leaves? No, they don't have. Leaves found above the soil grow from small stem just above the roots. On the basis of their shapes, there are 4 types of, such as fusiform, conical, napiform and tubercular. Fusiform root. These roots store food and become thick and juicy. The middle portion of the root is thick and 2 ends are gradually tapering, such as radish. Conical root. They store food, so the main root become thick and juicy. The upper side is broad and the lower side is gradually tapering, such as carrot. Napiform root. In this case, upper portion of the root become rounded due to storage of food. Lower part suddenly become thick, such as turnip. Tubercular root. The main root swells irregularly due to the storage of food. They have no particular shape, such as mirabilis. Lesson 2 to 4 Modified adventitious root. Adventitious roots are modified for performing special function. It is modified mainly for 3 reasons, such as storage of food, mechanical support and physiological activities. Modified for storage of food. Different type of roots are modified for storage of food for future use and become swollen to attain different shape, such as root tuber of sweet potato, fasciculated root of dahlia and asparagus, and moniliform root of bitter gourd. Root tuber of sweet potato grows from the nodes near the soil level and become irregularly swollen for storage of food and attain an indefinite shape. Storage of food is the modified function of this root. Tubercular root. Adventitious roots sometimes swell up irregularly due to the storage of food, such as sweet potato. Fasciculated roots. It is like root tubers that swells irregularly due to the storage of food, but when the roots form a fascicle or bunch and all the roots of the bunch swell up due to storage of food, it is called fasciculated root. Storage of food is the main function, such as asparagus and dahlia. Nodulose root. For storage of food, when the roots swell up at their tip, they are called nodulose root, such as mango and ginger. Moniliform root. When adventitious roots swell and constrict alternatively are called moniliform root, such as bitter gourd. Modified mechanical support. These roots helps the plant to stand straight, to climb or to float in water. For this reason, adventitious roots are modified variously, such as prop root, split root, climbing root, floating root, etc. Prop root. This type of roots grows from the stem of the branches and come down and enter into the soil. Finally, they become so thick that it looks like a pillar, such as banyan. Stilt root. Few plants have weak stem and cannot stand erect, so few roots develop from the lower part of the main stem and tangentially reach the ground and grow, such as slit root of screw pine, climbing root. These roots grow from a nodal region of the weak stem and help the plant to climb, clinging with another plant such as beetle vine. Modified for performing physiological function. Beside the normal function, adventitious roots are modified to perform special physiological function. Aerial root. One kind of root absorb moisture from the environment. They are called aerial root, such as orchid. Parasitic root or suckling root. Parasitic plant do not have chlorophyll, so they push their special type of root inside the body of the host plant in search of food. It is called sucking or parasitic root, such as gold creeper. Respiratory root. Branch root from the main root come up from the saline and muddy soil in the coastal region. These roots have small pores on them. These modified roots are called pneumatophore or respiratory root, such as sundari, koran, etc. Reproductive root. Root of some plant takes part in reproduction, such as sweet potato. Lesson 5 to 7. Modified stems. We know that the stem usually grow above the soil level and bear leaves, flowers and fruits. But in exceptional occasion, for performing few special functions, stems change their position and structure. These changes are called modification of stem. Based on position of the stem are three types, such as underground modified stem, subaerial modified stem and aerial modified stem. Underground modified stem. To survive from adverse condition, storage of food and vegetative propagation, stem of few plants grow beneath the soil surface. These are underground modified stem. There are four types, such as tuber, rhizome, bulb and corm. Tuber. Potatoes are the example of tuber. Tuber bear nodes, internodes, scale, leaves and auxiliary bud. Cavities at the leaf axilla of scale. Leaves are called eyes. In favorable condition, axillary bud grow from eyes and give rise to new plant. Tubers are round and swollen due to the storage of food. Rhizome. Stems of ginger, turmeric, etc. plants are example of rhizome. They grow parallel to soil surface or erect and store food. It bears clear nodes and internodes. Scale leaves and roots at nodes and bud at the axils of scale leaves are found. Bulbs. Stems of onion, garlic, etc. are bulb. Their stems are very small and rounded and convex. Nodes and internodes are compressed. Thick and juicy scale leaves are so arranged that the bulb cannot be seen. This stem produces profuse fibrous root. Corms. Amorphophilous of the example of corm. This stem is very big and more or less rounded. It bears prominent nodes and internodes. Buds from the axils of scale. Leaves grow laterally and give rise to daughter corm. Afterward, new plants grow through the bud. Subaerial modified stems. Plant with soft stem, herbivorous stems give rise to special branches. These branches produce new plants through vegetative propagation. Some weak stems lying on or under the soil surface are called subaerial modified stems, are of four types. Runner. From the auxiliary bud of the lower nodes of hydroctotyle auxiliaries cyanodon plant gives rise to some weak stem called runner. Stolon. These are special type of runners. From the base of aurum grow some horizontal long branches. Nodes of the branches give rise to some root which attach with the soil, and the rest portion of the branch is bead covered. Afterwards, new plants grow from the buds. Offset. Internode of some aquatic plants such as Sitla and Echinocornea are thick and short, so the stems look dwarf. They are called offset. Sucker. Axillary bud of Chrysotherium bambo grow laterally beneath the soil surface and produce new plant. Aerial modified stems. These stems remain above the soil like normal stem, but they are modified to perform special function like synthesis of food, vegetation, reproduction, self-defense, climbing, etc. They are of 4 types. Phylloclade. Cactus is an example of phylloclade. They are flat and green like leaves and can manufacture food. Leaves of this stem are modified to spines and are used for self-defense. Thorns. Sometimes axillary buds are modified into stout and sharp thorns instead of developing as leaf bud. In wood apple, Lauesenia, Meinacata, etc., plant develops sharp thorns. Stem tendril. Passion flower, Harjora, etc. climbers develop thread-like thin and spiral long structure which are called stem tendrils. Bulbils. In some climber, axillary buds do not develop as branches but store foods and become rounded ball-like structure which are called bulbil, such as Disocoria. Modified leaves. To perform special function, leaves change their normal structure. Now we will know about the modified leaves. Leaf tendril. Apex of leaf or whole leaflet are sometimes modified into a spring-like structure called leaf tendril. With this tendril, plants can cling to some support. In a wild pea, such structures are found. Storage of food. Leaves of onion, garlic, and aloe vera are thick and juicy. These plants store foods. Fly traps. Pitcher's plant is a climber and dawdler in an aquatic plant whose leaves are modified to pitcher or bag. When insect entered inside the pitcher, the lid of the pitcher is closed and the plant absorbs juice from the insect body. Reproductive leaf. In few plants, buds grow from the margins of the leaves. Gradually, these buds develop roots and ultimately, when detached from the leaf, become independent plant, such as Bryophyllum. Leaf spine. Leaves are sometimes modified to spine, such as lemon. Scale leaves. Sometimes underground stem develops scale-like leaves such as potato, ginger, turmeric, etc. These are scale leaves. Juicy scale leaves store foods and protect the apical bud, such as juicy scale leaves of onion. What we learned from the scale. Ginger and potato are modified stems. Stems and leaves may be modified to thorns, spines, and tendrils. Roots, stems, and leaves are modified for storage of food, performing physiologic function, reproduction, etc. Modified roots, stems, and leaves play many important roles in human life.